system now for some time. Your training continues to progress well, and you have grown strong in the dark side indeed. I can sense your power. The dark energies of this place have served you well. It is time, apprentice. Time to set course back for the populated galaxy. You are to head to Coruscant, and it is there that I shall unlock your next history lesson. But the journey will be long, and along the way, you will attend to increasing your skills. You will train in the next form of lightsaber combat. It will be the most taxing of all the methods you have learned so far. I hope you are prepared. Unlocking file, Ataru, the way of the Hawkbat. Processing. The way of the Hawkbat, otherwise known as the aggression form, or Ataru, is the fourth of the lightsaber forms. As the name suggests, it is strictly offensive in nature. Ataru relies on incredible force-assisted acrobatics to build momentum and to keep the enemy off balance. But this also means that while using it, you must constantly stay on the move. Form 4 users must be incredibly physically fit. It can be taxing to the extreme, even with the aid of the Force, and as such, Form 4 is often used in an attempt to quickly overwhelm an opponent in a flurry of blows. Your opening stance should be a two-handed grip with your saber held to your right or to your left. Strikes should come quickly, and they should carry the momentum of your body behind them. Once you have committed to an acceleration, you cannot stop until the acceleration is complete. This is one of the inherent flaws to Ataru, and one you must be constantly aware of. Your objective when using this form should be to strike quickly and to disallow your enemy any opportunities to strike back. The heart of Ataru is the practice of Su-ma. Su-ma means footwork, and there are 3 specific techniques designed to help the wielder cover as much of a 3D space as possible. There is Jung Su-ma, a rapid spin which can cover 360 degrees. Tan Su-ma, which is a somersault, either forward or back. And finally, there is En Su-ma, which is a cartwheel that the wielder can use to traverse side to side. Mastery of Su-ma equates to mastery of Ataru. Remember this, apprentice, when it comes time to practice your accelerations. There are other techniques within Ataru. As always, the accelerations are contained within this holocron, and you need only connect me to your ship's computer to access them. 2 in particular, however, have seen widespread historic use. The first is the Bad Swoop. In this move, the Ataru wielder comes down on their enemy from above, bringing their body weight and momentum into the blow. They then immediately disengage, using said momentum to spring away from their opponent before their enemy can counterattack. The second technique is known as the Saber Swarm. When using Saber Swarm, the wielder uses the momentum to launch as many thrusts or short jabs at the enemy as possible, in an attempt to overwhelm their defenses. Form 4 is best used against single opponents. Crowds mean longer fights, and longer fights means the longer you must keep up great physical exertion. Not only this, but Ataru is extremely reliant upon the Force. You must constantly draw upon it to augment your speed and reflexes, as well as to assist your leaps and bounds. Over time, this can be taxing for even the most proficient Force masters. As we mentioned before, once committed to an acceleration, said acceleration must be followed through. While the extra momentum can indeed swing the tide of battle, being forced to complete a movement can also be a weakness. If facing an enemy who is also versed in Form 4, you will become predictable. It is many an Ataru user who has ended an acceleration only to find their enemy's blades waiting for them. Even accomplished masters of the way of the Hawkbat must be wary of this fact. Control is the key to mastery of Form 4. It is inherently a wild form, filled with constant motion and attack, and this can quickly devolve into only brawling with inexperienced users. But a true master will have complete control, even as they unleash a fury of blows. Every movement, every breath, every sweep of the blade must be completely within your power. It requires discipline, in ways many of the other forms do not. You must also physically train your body. The Force is a powerful ally, and it can give you the ability to do things normal mortals would find impossible. But Ataru can be taxing even so. The better physical shape you are in, the better you will be at wielding Ataru. In fact, most Ataru masters use physical fitness as a means of meditation. You must also keep in mind that any protracted fight will require defensive maneuvers, and Ataru is lacking in this regard. In fact, it has almost no techniques for defense. If you find that you cannot quickly overcome your opponent, then it may be best to either retreat, to fight another day, or to switch forms to better deal with the situation. Remember these things as you train. Awareness of the form's shortcomings is perhaps most vital of all with Ataru practitioners. Failure to take these things into consideration will result in your death. There have been many famous users of Ataru throughout the ages. Indeed, among the Jedi in particular, it has been a popular form. Some of their most powerful members have wielded Ataru. Perhaps the most well-known master of the form is Grand Master Yoda, one of the most powerful Force users to ever live. But Ataru was also wielded by others, such as Qui-gonn Jinn, the Sith Blade Master Qasim, Kay Queldroma, and Battlemaster Ben Zalo. You must heed the lessons of these masters, study Ataru, and begin your journey back into the core. It will be long, and you must be cautious. The Jedi and the Imperial Knights are more common on Coruscant. You must learn to hide your presence. If they sense the dark power within you, then they will never stop hunting you. Consider it a test, apprentice. Use your travel time to become proficient in Ataru. Train your physical body the way that you have trained your mind. Gain control over every fiber in your muscles. You will find that as your fitness increases, so too does your connection to the living side. You have come far and become a true Sith Lord. But there is still far to travel. The mysteries of Form 4 are but the first step on the next stage of your journey. Go now. You have yet to disappoint me, apprentice. See to it that you continue to progress, and may the Force break your chains.